Hey guys, Alexandrei Zar over here, and in today's video I'm gonna show you how to replace a battery and check the charging system on a Triumph Sprint from 2009. Whatever, doesn't really matter the year of manufacturing, it's the same. So I was out on a ride and the battery died on me, and well, now I have to change and replace it with a brand new one. This is the housing for the battery itself. The charging cables are not yet upgraded. I'm planning to do that as well. Let me show you something. So this is the battery. It's a Rombat start gel with 12 volts, 12 ampere hours, and 180 amps for start, cold cranking start. Built in Romania, Bistrița Năsăud. The nice thing about this battery is that it has some stoppers over here which don't allow the nut to be removed, so you can push it from here and it will stay in place. Okay, so you install the battery like this. You screw in the positive terminal first, and then you screw in the negative terminal. And then what you're left with is do a reading on the voltmeter. You just need to set it at 20 volts DC. And now, time to start her up. As you can see, at idle, 13.8. Let's leave it a bit to warm up. So 0.8, that gives 0.3. So half a volt loss over the that's ready to 5,000. Almost 14, it's charging. I'm happy with the charge output. Well, the charge output could be better, but let's see, it's okay like this. I'll also check the charge relay and also the alternator. It's also worth to check for the amp draw. And how to do that is you connect positive wire to the negative terminal and negative wire to the battery negative terminal, and then you check to have as close to 0.02 would be okay. 0.025 is okay for vehicles. So over here you have 0. If we put it with the ignition on, you'll see that you'll have some draw, 10 amps, okay, which is quite a lot. And then get 0.51, and it should go down to 0. Probably the ECU didn't shut down yet, but it will in a few seconds. So the ABS pump has shut down, it went down to 0.30, and most likely next step would be to get a shutdown on the ECU. See how long it takes, and that's it. Now we have 0. Good. We don't have parasitic consumers. In order to gain access to the regulator rectifier, yeah, it's kind of simple. Mine is on the left side, some are on the right side, and I had to take off the fuel tank. That's quite easy. You have to remove these two hoses, and then you have these two electrical connectors, and then you have this connector, which in order to remove it, you move this brown part over here on the lowest position. So you expose this tab and the other one on the other side. Use a tool like this to press on both sides and then pull on it so you can remove it easily. Then you will have to fish out. So my regulator wires are coming from there, and then I fished them out on the other side. I fished them out over here. Now the yellow ones go to the regulator rectifier, and these dark ones are coming from the alternator itself. Now what we have to do is disconnect the electrical connector, and I'll show you how to check it. I've disconnected this electrical connector. What I'm gonna do is test from this pin to this pin, and then from this pin to this pin, and then in between these two pins. I'll check to see if we have continuity. So one of them is beeping, the other one is beeping, and the third measurement is beeping. What we need to do is test if this goes to ground. Also, again, one of the probes is gonna go in one at a time in this pin, and then this pin, and then this third pin. And we're gonna test against the engine bolt, which is over there, and then also do a secondary test to the negative battery terminal. Again, see the same thing if it beeps. I checked for continuity in between the pins. They're gonna show some continuity, very low resistance. If you see some very low resistance, it means that you have continuity for all the three phases of the stator or alternator or whatever you want to call it. And then I also checked each of these pins against the ground, meaning the engine bolt over here, or that engine bolt, or even the negative electrical connector. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to lowest setting of ohms, and that would be this one. First test will be in between these two pins, and then in between these two pins, and then in between these two pins. We should see consistent values, consistent reading between all three. This is the value which I'm getting, 1.1. From these two again, 1.1, and these two again, 1.1. Conclusion is that the charging system is working properly. It could be upgraded, of course, but for the time being it's working properly. How to upgrade the electrical wires? Well, simple. First thing is disconnect the earth wire from here. That's one thing. And then you have to disconnect this electrical starter wire, which is over here. This electrical connector again is with a 10mm I would assume. Next step is remove. So this is the wire which goes to the starter motor. This is the wire which goes to the ground on the gearbox. Okay, put this back here and put that nut back there, and then you have to, what I'll do is unstrip this electrical tape and expose the wire. So on the starter relay you have one positive cable which goes from the relay itself to the battery. This needs to be made again. Kinda hard, kinda brittle. I would assume it's not good, in a good state. And then yeah, this is what you're left with. This cable, this one goes to the starter motor, and this is the one. You can remove it out. And then the second one, which goes to the ground, which is this one over here. We need to remove that one as well. So these are the 3 wires which are now disconnected. Again, this goes to the positive terminal of the battery. This goes to the terminal on the relay itself over here. So this one goes to the relay itself on this one. And then this goes to the starter motor. This is the plug covering the starter motor wire. This goes to the side of the relay. This side goes to this side of the relay. And then this side goes to the negative terminal of the battery. This is the electrical connector for the ABS pump. This is the electrical connector for the relay itself. I found a nicked wire over here. I don't know why it's like this, but I'll try to repair it. To make your own wires, again, this one which goes from the starter to the relay, it has 65 centimeters stretched. The other one which goes to the battery, negative battery terminal to the ground, is 70 centimeters. And this other one has 15 centimeters. You can make this one 20 centimeters. You can make this one which goes to the negative terminal to the engine ground pole. I said this was 70. You can make it 75 centimeters. This was 65. You can make it 70. So I ordered myself some 25 millimeter copper wire that's with silicone sheathing, or whatever you want to call it. Ordered myself some copper stained electrical connectors and some positive and negative terminal covers. Again, relay to battery terminal is 15 centimeter. You can make it at 20 centimeters. Battery negative terminal to engine ground, it's 70 centimeters, can be made 80 centimeters long. Then we have relay to starter, which is 65 centimeters and can be made at 70 or even bigger if you want to. So this is the part that goes to the battery. It's gonna be covered by this cover. It's clamped properly. This is the part that's gonna go to the relay starter. 20 centimeters long. Looks good. This is a side-by-side comparison. The one made by me, the original one. Even though if you compare this one with the 25 square millimeter cable used for welding, this is smaller, but this is even smaller than this one, which has silicone sheathing, which is resistant up to 180 degrees. I also could have went with that rubber sheathing that is meant for welding equipment, but well, this one is more temperature resistant than the other one. So the basic thing is that you have to replicate the same thing for other wires, and it's not that big of a deal. You have to use a big crimper like this, use a vise and the crimper, and then you do it by yourself. Don't forget to put shrink tubing on the ends. And that's it. Looks good. So these are the wires made by me, Alex and Rezar. So the first wire is the wire that goes to the battery plus terminal to the relay. I made it 20 centimeters long. Battery negative to engine ground. This is the one in the middle. This I made it 80 centimeter long, and then we have the relay to starter, which is this one, again 80 centimeter long, even if it says 70 centimeters. I'm really happy how it came out. Now let's see how it mounts up to the screws and everything back, put everything back together. This is the finished product. This is how it looks. Really nice, really tight fit over here. Properly done. So this is the first start with the upgraded power cables. We are gonna test also the charging, and yeah, let's see how it starts. Really good start. Charging 13.7 at idle, and then we are gonna charging is stable, a bit more voltage. Job done.